Welcome back, let's get straight into the video, no time to waste. Into the Radius. The atmosphere in this one is among the best ones I've ever seen in a VR game. You'll find yourself cut from the outside world with nothing more than your guns and wits to help you find a way out. The game features realistic guns and navigating through the massive open world is incredibly immersive. Be careful though, because enemies and dangerous anomalies are scattered throughout the map. The developers call this an atmospheric open-world single-player survival shooter. Whew, that's a mouthful, but also a very accurate description of this awesome title. And the fact that it can run so well on a standalone device like the Quest 2 is even more of a reason to try it out. In Death Unchained. I feel like this one is a classic at this point, like genuinely if you don't have it in your library, you failed the VR class. I'm joking of course, but I swear this is the one game that I always come back to whenever I get a new headset or just want to clear my mind and feel badass. In Death is my go-to. It loads very quickly, it's super fluid, looks awesome, and they keep adding more to it. Everything from the bow and arrow mechanics to the roguelike foundation are just superbly executed. The main premise is simple, clear these dungeon-like maps, but it can get trickier than you'd think as the difficulty increases. This game is a ton of fun, so if you get a chance to get it, it's totally worth it. Star Maker. Now let's switch things up a little. This next game is one I found recently and had to include it on here because I think it's great value for money if you're into rhythm and music games. In Star Maker, you can shoot, slash, and sing to more than 2 million songs. What's really cool is it also uses AI technology to write and create new music for all of the various game modes. On the developer's roadmap are even more modes, all still based on music and rhythm of course, like a rhythm boxing game, another type of rhythm FPS, and more. It really seems to me that Star Maker is trying to become an all-encompassing rhythm game, and I'm excited to see where that leads. The game is available right now on App Lab completely free, so go have some fun with this one. Pro tip, it's fantastic for parties with friends too. Song in the Smoke. This one is special because it blends a very interesting art style with the survival genre, and I must say it does it very well. Song in the Smoke features a vast world, physics-based combat, bare hands crafting of weapons, tools, clothes, and potions, and of course vicious predators that will put your skills to the test. You'll not only need to protect yourself from the creatures that roam the mystical woods, but also cold, hunger, poison, exhaustion, and the darkness as you progress through the story and choose your own path, be it offense by building stronger weapons or defense by building or searching for a better campsite. Song in the Smoke is really cool, but if you're more into realistic graphics instead, then you're in luck. Green Hell VR. Raw survival games are really something in VR, so I had to also include Green Hell. It takes a simulation approach, so everything aims to be extremely realistic. You'll get dropped in the middle of the Amazon rainforest without any food or equipment. So the first challenge will be to learn how to survive, from crafting tools and building shelters to fighting basic human needs such as thirst, hunger, fatigue, and diseases, and of course tackling all of the creatures you'll encounter in the jungle. There will be haters in the comments that say how restricted the Quest 2 version feels compared to the PC VR one, and first of all, for the haters, please keep leaving those comments, it helps with engagement. Secondly, it is a marvel that this can even run at all on a standalone headset, so Green Hell VR should absolutely be on your radar. Resident Evil 4. This one remains one of the most awesome games available natively on the Quest 2. It's fun and engaging, terrifying at times, but overall extremely enjoyable. And hey, if you're old enough like me, it might even bring back some great childhood memories of playing the flat version. Explore the world of Resident Evil 4 like never before, entirely remastered for VR. Become Leon and go on a dangerous mission to rescue the US president's daughter who was kidnapped by a mysterious cult. Rated 9 out of 10 by IGN and winner of the Best AR VR Game at the Game Awards 2021, Resident Evil 4 VR continues to earn rave reviews to this day and for good merit. It really gives me hope for that juicy GTA VR port that we're being teased with. The Last Clockwinder. Right off the bat, this game is incredibly beautiful. The art style works well alongside the game's overall storyline, and the attention to detail is clear from top to bottom. The game's concept is also ideal for VR, and the overall gameplay is quite addictive and very out of the box. Many developers just play it safe when it comes to mechanics, but these guys are pushing the limits of creativity, and I love it. The whole cloning mechanism makes the game quite unique, and the puzzles are challenging yet satisfying. If you own a Quest 2 and enjoy creative puzzle games, then I highly recommend it. The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners. By far one of the best games available on the Quest 2, I had to add this to the list. Everything from the branching story and great voice acting to the mechanics, crafting, weapons and shooting are just masterfully done in this game. Despite what some may think, it is not just a zombie horror game. It is a lot more than that, and it's an absolute must-try if you own a Quest 2. More so, now is the time to get it because we're getting closer to the launch date of Chapter 2, Retribution, which promises to bring even more locations, weapons, and mechanics to this already awesome game. Retribution is coming December 1st, so you still have time to enjoy Chapter 1 until then. Red Matter and Red Matter 2. If you want probably the absolute best graphics in a Quest 2 games, then definitely check out these two titles. I've included both because despite Red Matter 2 being the newer title with even more stunning environments, the first one is still amazing to this day. And don't think these are just a bunch of pretty faces, because the gameplay and puzzles are very well crafted and really add substance and meaning to a beautiful yet otherwise empty experience. I thoroughly enjoyed playing these, and even now, jumping into either of them still leaves me in awe of how much fidelity the developers were able to squeeze out of this mobile processor. They're also great for beginners as there is pretty much zero chance of motion sickness, so keep an eye out for these when they go on sale. Which awesome single-player or story-based games have I missed from this list? Comment below and I will check out your suggestions ASAP. Also, gently click that like button since you're down there. It really helps support the channel. Here are a few suggestions to watch next. What do you think? Which one sounds better?